Boom, we are pre-recorded, ladies and gentlemen, and what an exciting day it is in the Bitcoin and blockchain space. That feels good. We've hit almost our third target on Bitcoin now. For those of you that are part of the private bear den, we've actually been looking for the anywhere between 5,200 to 6,000 since we dropped down from 6,000 last time. So far, it's made a beautiful B wave. And this is one of those emotional, interesting parts where we really get to dive in and start to learn how feeling attributes what is actually taking place in the markets. Now, I'm going to segue here a little bit with a little bit of Tiho's random rant to get us started today. But we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily. It looks beautiful, right? And then we're just going to scroll in. We'll just go through a few of the key time zones. Keep track of everything. Again, still above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. Well above the breakout line, actually between 5,600. This was the breakout line that we had looked for before too, which was, and we want an hourly close on this volume, which I think we are already starting to see. Yeah, so about a week and a half ago, when we were looking for the $6,000 Bitcoin, then we wanted hourly volume above the $6,000 range, and we've got it. We have that hourly volume. Now we get to see if it closes on the daily volume. That's the real kicker here. If we close daily volume, wow, and we're actually, yeah, there we go. We've closed daily volume above 5,600. So that puts the next mark at 6,000. So again, these are basically all decreasing odds of likelihood, but obviously with Bitcoin, let's stop that. Obviously with Bitcoin, what we see is a huge difference in the narrative between where we are now and the expected idea. So generally we've held our ideas in reserve, but we were one of the only people that said Bitcoin might go to $20,000 when we were back in 2017. A lot of people thought 5,000 was the high or 10,000 was the high. We kept our observations high, and as that happened, we started to create further outlooks of potentiality. And that's really what you do with TA. You look at probability or probabilistic outcomes for things that are happening. So the 52, 54, 56, 59, and $6,200 ranges were all expected in our B wave retracement from the day that we broke down in Bitcoin when we were back up at around 6,300. So this has actually been a beautiful play for us here. It's right in line with exactly what we expected. That always feels good too, to have the backup. Now the real big question is, once we hit that B wave top and start to come back down, do we come back down? Because these markets may actually irrationally push us out past the $6,700, and who knows, maybe we do start a bull market right now. But my original assertion, and the one I still stand beside at the current moment for a higher probabilistic cause and chance, is hitting the $6,000 area, which is massive resistance, coming back down to test the moving average on the daily and possibly the weekly. So on the daily, it's down here around 4,400, and on the weekly, it's down closer to 3,800, I believe. So we'll take a look at that, just so I'm not making stuff up. Yeah, 3,600 on the weekly. So these are the lower areas that I would look for the retracement to come back to. But it's going to be a really interesting story to take a look at. As you can see, we've actually closed above volume now at 5,400 on these moving averages. So we're in a really interesting spot. And that weird twisting in your gut emotion feeling about, oh my God, did I not buy enough of it? I should have bought more. It's your last chance to ever get Bitcoin. Those are generally the feelings of a top. That's what $20,000 felt like. We're going to the moon forever. The bull market is continuing on and on and on. So I think more importantly, aside from anything charting wise, is to keep a particular grasp on your emotions and really recognize the feelings that you're having and the places that you're having them, right? So the feeling that we were having when Bitcoin was down at $3,200 is in comparison with where we're at now. We're starting to see the moving Madrid average actually go into the green as well, which is quite positive. Again, that $6,000 to $6,200 area is looking pretty much a given. I don't think it's not like, oh, it's in the range of possibility now. I think it's going to be a given, probably up to around 6,250. I think it's really going to try to test to break out of this area here before the big boys go nah and let it drop back down to pick up a bunch more. Now that drop back down is really going to be the kicker. It's really going to decide how well or not well we do over the next few months, I guess, right? So calm, patient attitude. Actually, if we look at Bitcoin on the minute chart right now, which is always a little bit fun, we're finding a little bit of stagnancy around this $5,700 area. Where are we? What happened to my screen here? Okay, it's not helping me out. Let's go to the hourly and fix this. 6,000. Gonna have to go Come on here, chart. There we go. Okay, on the minute, this is actually looking a lot more tedious because we have some slight topping going on here. I suspect we'll have a slight retracement here, especially because of this big yellow candle that we've seen to date. Let's try to get me closer to that 3 to 5 minute mark that I wanted to actually look at. Yeah, here we go. See, from 53.80 and the 5100 mark, there's very little red turnover on the 3 and 5 minute, and that's very, very bullish. So I actually went quite heavy into my position again last night at around 53.50. So I always keep like extra funds in places to play around with. Again, everyone has to find their own strategy that works best for you. But again, this red dip here, this is what we're watching on the 3 to 5 minute, just to ascertain whether this is going to be a top before we see a retracement back to the $5,400 area and continue out to the $6,000 area, or do we close with volume and bounce off this 200 moving average on the 3 minute chart and continue to go higher up to test that $6,200 area with all the irrational exuberance we have now. And now what's interesting is you actually start to see Bitcoin come a little closer to the Bitfinex charts, which is essentially Bitfinex, you're paying a premium for the potential problems that they might have in the futures. So you can see that that Bitfinex is basically priced in the $300 premium gap for holding funds on an exchange that might be having problems. So that's actually quite bullish. I do suspect we will hit $6,000 because of that, because anyone that's still sitting and trading on Bitfinex, it's going to be a great place to pay attention to there. Anyways, I'm going to keep today's video somewhat short. I've been on phone calls all morning. I'm not even going to look at Litecoin or Ethereum. I just want to keep this to be a short video today. Cool. So the rest of our plays are in check. Again, for those of you that are part of the private bear den notes, you knew we were headed this way for quite some time already. Or if you just, I guess, listened, you'd know that I've said that we're headed to this direction for quite some time. If you want to sign up, please do so by going to arcanebear.com/club. We've had a lot of great reviews from everyone that's already signed up, so we're really excited to continue to bring more content. We're releasing a 20-page article on EOS today. Our 3rd chapter on how to use the Fibonacci tool and retracements is coming out this week as well. We've got some more infographics on the way. So we're just going to be pounding the private bear den members with as much value as we possibly can to help you guys learn how to be better managers of your own assets, because that's really what this space is about, is empowering not only ourselves by understanding the financial game that's being played, but others by decentralizing the source of that power to begin with. Steve the Arcane Bear, smash that thumbs up button, and thank you guys all so much for joining us. We'll see you guys again on the next video. Bam.